Welcome to your Joyful Life Podcast, episode 15. I'm Evan Wainberg, and together with Michael Fall, today we're talking about the problem isn't life, it's your resistance to it. No, we had a few audio issues in the back half of the episode. We're still figuring out this tech thing. We'll get it right next time. All right, we're back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
We're going to do something different today. You and I haven't talked for, I guess, since we recorded the last one. I think it's been about 2 weeks since we've had an actual conversation.
Catch up? Yeah. Feels like it's been a while, yeah.
So we thought we would not have a topic and just dive in and catch up live and see if that turns into anything.
See what it turns into?
Yeah.
All right.
So you sent me a couple messages about resistance and things, and I didn't know what was going on or what you've been thinking about. I've been exploring something newish on my own, and I have a feeling there's some overlap there.
Right.
But what's been going on?
Right. Yeah. Well, the resistance thing was it's actually a question I was going to ask you. Okay. But we'll see if it comes out in this unscripted thing that we're doing here today. Yeah. I don't know what it was. I was driving. And it just occurred to me that all we really do, like our power, is really just in resistance.
Okay.
Right? Like if you can hold a ball underwater.
Yeah.
Resistance.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's done that. And when you let go, you're not really doing anything anymore. So the ball, the ball just
the action is the pushing down.
Yeah, the action is the action. Yeah. The work is the pushing down. The work is resistance.
Okay.
And once you stop doing that, you know what's left to do.
Okay.
You know, that was it. That was the. I mean, I've had that same thought.
Yeah, you've mentioned the ball. We've talked about the ball before.
We use that as an example all the time. But there was something about just that the key to all of this, whatever all of this is really just getting out of the way. And I don't know. I don't remember what the precursor was to having that thought in that moment, and which made it seem kind of poignant at the time. It's not new per se, but there was just something about all we can really do is squeeze the tube. And what I mean by squeezing the tube is I have this image that I use sometimes with clients. If you think about an old diving suit. You know, you get the big bell on, and they screw them into the helmet, and then plop them over the side, and then you got someone up top churning the air to get it down to them or whatever. However that works, it's like blowing at the top. The analogy there, in my mind, is that we're always connected to wisdom.
Okay.
Right. So I think what I was thinking about while I was driving was just our connection to wisdom and our connection to guidance. And I think sometimes we call it intuition. You know, I don't know what else we call it. Gut feeling. You know, feeling in my bones kind of stuff. And anyway, so this idea that all we can really do is squeeze the tube. You know, so wisdom flows to us all the time, the way that oxygen flows to a diver all the time.
I see.
The air hose thing, right? So all we can really do is squeeze the tube.
So what you're saying is the natural state, just like the natural state of the ball is to bob, the natural state of the hose is for the air to flow.
Exactly, and the natural state for us is to be within or on the receiving end of wisdom.
Okay, and so if we want to be successful divers,
all
the squeezing we do
it doesn't help.
Causing problems, and
that's right.
The best outcome is to just not touch it and let the air flow. Is that
basically? Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep your damn hands off it.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you, I guess if you cut yourself and you spend the next 3 weeks ripping the scab off every time, well, that's going to cause healing to take much longer, and there might be discomfort. You might get infected. You know, who knows? But if you just leave it alone, it's like magic.
Okay.
Things kind of heal themselves.
Okay.
There's a wisdom. There's a gut. There's something very lifey in that.
Okay.
Right. That things just take care of them. Not just take care of themselves. I'm not suggesting that we abdicate our role as a co-conspirator or co-creator in whatever we're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying just let go and let God.
Right.
And I'm saying that we have these big brains on our heads, and most of the time, often, they just get in the way.
Certainly, yeah.
We spend a lot of time in our thinking rather than using our brains to think.
Yeah, yes, our minds throw things at us in an often unwanted way, and we take it for granted that there's some legitimacy to that,
Yeah,
as
that's
opposed to
right.
it's just like a crazy guy in a subway screaming things.
That's right, right?
Yeah.
Drunk Uncle Bob or whoever, whatever,
Sure, yeah.
whoever it might be. Yeah, we have this uncanny ability to take whatever we think and make it real, make it meaningful. I'm thinking it, therefore it means
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
This is no, that's squeezing the tube, right? Or that's misunderstanding perhaps the distinction between the voice of guidance or wisdom or the witness conscience, whatever language
Yeah.
we want to put to that, and our own voice, which kind of yells a lot. So when we get caught up in the voice that talks loudly because this is important, what we're really doing there is resisting, and in the resistance of we're creating a condition within which we can't hear the voice of wisdom.
Okay, so my question is to start is, and you may have answered this already, but if you have, you might be, I may disagree with you. What is the ball?
Oh, that's a good question. What is the ball? That is a good question. I don't know what the ball is. My sort of the first thing that comes up is sort of the ball is the ball is anything that you desire, that you're trying to make your way towards. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What is the ball? Maybe the ball is us. Maybe the ball is our... What is the ball? What is the ball? What do you think the ball is? Help me out here.
So
what's the ball? Yeah.
All right. So this is where I think there's some overlap in what I've been exploring the last.
Right. Yeah. How do you
weeks.
articulate that?
Okay. Let's.
The ball is resistance. The ball is, yeah. Well, go.
So okay, let's play with. I'll use a word and then we'll play with it and see if that.
Sure. Yeah.
We think, okay. So what if the ball is just energy?
Okay.
So I've been reading a book called The Energy Codes.
Yes.
By Dr. Sue Morter, I think. Morter. Maybe Morton.
I forget.
The Energy
Morton.
Codes.
It might have been Morton. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting book. And I'm going to be doing some, I think, writing or videoing about some of the experiments I do. So there will be more coming with this because it hooked me, and I have some skepticism about parts of it. So I'm gonna play with this more. But
right, cool.
So one thing she says is start with the premise that everything is energy.
Right.
But scientifically, can we get on board with this is all energy?
Sure.
Energy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if everything is energy, it means that nothing is not energy.
Right.
And so what we are sort of condensed aspects of energy, right? The arm of this chair is, quantum particles and condensed to atoms and molecules vibrating at a certain thing. You get this.
Yeah.
Obviously not a scientist. We are...
Just to be clear.
Yeah. We are the same thing because we have to be if everything is energy.
Yeah.
Energy flows. And what... so in yoga... I think in Buddhism as well, they talk about samskaras. Mm-hmm. So samskaras are like the pockets of resistance that we store. When we store something, when we squeeze the hose, when we push the ball down, we are...
When we don't allow.
Yeah, we are rejecting reality. We are saying... What we are saying is, I want the world to be different than it is in this particular instance. I didn't want this to happen, or it's not happening and I do want it to happen. I want this to happen more. I want it to happen less. We are in... non-alignment with the flow of that energy.
It should be different.
Yeah. And that act of resistance throws rocks in the stream of the flow of energy. And if you throw enough of them in there, you get a dam or a diversion. And that, according to a lot of these teachings, manifests in stress, disease, anxiety, physical injuries. Like it can, because if our physical bodies are manifestations of the energy, it's like fucking with the source code in your program, right? Your program's going to break. So the body's the program, the energy is the code behind it. And so what the ball is just the energy that wants to flow. You don't have to name it. You don't have to contextualize it. So in some cases it could be a thought. In some cases it could be wisdom. In some cases it could be an event or whatever it is. But if you are pushing against whatever it is, you are just stopping the energy from flowing. And you said wisdom a couple times before. And so I think if the energy is flowing, we are not in our mind. Right. Our mind is sort of like our body. It's a manifestation of energy. And we can use it in important ways to sort of play back into the code, kind of like the Matrix. But that voice in our head that's driving us crazy,
our personal thinking.
Yeah, our personal thinking doesn't have to be, we don't have to take that as real. And if we can get more in tune with the energy, more aligned, less resistant, like it's the mind that resists. So if we can get out of the mind and let things flow, because the mind isn't doing the mind thing, I think feeling wisdom is just being more in tune with the flow of things, right? And sure. Clarity comes when you're not muddying the water. So by getting open and aligned and not mucking with things, wisdom is a result, but I don't think wisdom is not the ball itself. It's like a byproduct of what you can access when you are in more full touch with sort of the field of energy.
Sure.
Cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said wisdom isn't the ball. The ball is energy. I mean, I can get behind that. It's all energy. I mean, we can not reduce it to that, but yeah, everything is energy. Does that suggest then that there can be an absence of wisdom at some times? Because that doesn't seem right to me.
No, I think the idea is that wisdom is always available. It's the metaphor of like muddying the water, right?
Yeah,
so
when
the water is clear, the wisdom is there. Our mind and our resistance is us just
that's right. Yeah,
and then we're like, the water's dirty, and we try and
what do I do about it?
We try and deal with the dirty water as a problem. I'll build a filter. I'll move downstream or whatever. And whereas if you stop just using your mind and let things calm, clarity is right there. So yeah, wisdom is always there, whatever wisdom is.
Yeah. I wonder, I've heard the mind referred to as just a receiver, right? And when it's functioning just as a receiver rather than, us adding our interpretation, our personal thinking to what is being received, then it can just, there's a flow to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had that experience. So I started reading this book. Actually, I started reading her second book very spontaneously. My daughter has a phone that she uses to borrow books from the library so she can read them on her phone. And she was asking for help with something. She opened it up and like on the home screen, it recommended this book, which is called, her second book is called the, it's like the Anatomy of Awakening or something like that. It's a cool title. It's just the title grabbed me. So I finished helping her. I grabbed my phone. I found the book. I downloaded it, and something resonated. I felt a lot of like spidey sense sort of skepticism going off, but so my logical mind was like, there's some problems here. But I felt compelled to continue reading, and I could have fought with that, but it felt good to pursue this. And so I'm I decided to go back on her first book and build the second one. But
so sorry to interrupt this, but does this all come back to follow the feeling?
yeah, I think so. Yes, it felt good to focus in this direction for whatever reason, and I could have tried to tell myself a story about why I should or shouldn't do that, but I didn't need to.
Yeah,
and it's a very small example. Like, okay, I read a book. That's it. It doesn't affect anything. I mean, it may affect things well, but
it's the fact that you were drawn to that. There was a feeling that you experienced as you were being drawn towards this book that some would say was wisdom guiding you.
Yes, and it felt,
wisdom is in the feeling, right?
Yeah, and it felt similar to other moments in my life where I have, like we talked about martial arts a few times. Like the first time I walked into a specific martial arts class, I had that feeling. I chose which university I wanted to go to because I went for a tour and looked at a door.
Right.
And I saw the door and thought, this is way more expensive than the other university I want to go to, and I can't afford this one. But I need to be here, and that's funny, that was just the answer. Yeah. Cool door.
Well,
Google the front door to University College at the University of Toronto. It's what the door of a university should look like.
Well, it's funny how clear that guidance is, right?
Yeah.
Like, how easy would it have been for you to get caught up in the resistance of I can't afford this, or whatever your brain would have spewed out.
Yeah, there was a very compelling logical story to take the money that I was offered to go to a different university and.
That's interesting. A compelling logical story.
Yeah, I had a very compelling logical story to not make the choice I did.
I don't know. I get it, right? Because you can quantify, you can check the box, this, but I wonder if what looks like logic isn't anchored in something else. I don't know. Fear popped in there. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, it was, all things being equal, I wanted to do this thing and not that thing. There were many reasons, logical, fear-based reasons, mostly coming from lack.
Things that you were taught.
Yeah. Like, I don't have enough money to do this, so I am scared. And I'm not saying, bankrupt yourself or whatever. Sometimes the reality of life maybe is a thing to consider.
Well, so I wonder, is it possible that we're misusing the word logic? I mean, maybe logic is following, maybe we've skewed that somehow. It's silly, right? But what if the logic of life is actually following the feeling, not the intellect?
I think that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I think
we put a lot of emphasis on the logic of, and I can't afford, here's all why I can't.
Yeah.
But what if you could?
Right. Yeah. Michael Singer says, when his mind starts going, he says, one of those magic 8 balls.
Right.
He's like, that magic 8 ball is more reliable.
Yeah. Right.
The complete randomness of a magic 8 ball.
Yeah.
Is probably will give you a better answer than whatever your mind is going to come up with from stress and worry and trying to figure things out.
For sure. Yeah. Especially if you've already spent some time trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That what is the ball? I mean, you caught me with that question because I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I was not just, I think I was I was caught up in my own logical mind there. Well, of course the ball is energy. Everything is energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ball, I mean, it's always just been that pointer to what seems to be true for everyone I've spoken to, which is when you're not in the way, life is easy.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, what do you, when you let go, when you have a difficult decision to make and you've done logicking and you're nowhere closer to an answer, and then you go have a shower.
Yeah.
And the answer okay. So, that relationship that we have to wisdom or guidance or source, whatever we want to call it, and our ability to make it seem like we don't have it.
Yeah.
Like that ability to make it seem like it's all us. Oh, I gotta get it right. I gotta make the right call. I gotta check all the boxes. Well, your feeling is probably giving you the right answer. 2 weeks ago, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, there was a thing. I think I saw it on Friends originally, but I think it's Phoebe and I think Ross. Maybe I want to make a decision. This was a long time ago, but she tells him to flip a coin, or she flips a coin or something.
Right.
And it's like heads is one, and tails is the other one, or whatever. And you flip, and just before you reveal, like, there's a moment where you're like, oh God, I hope it's heads. Right. That's your answer.
Right.
Right.
Right. Oh,
so
yeah,
it's not to use the coin to make the decision, but
I see.
There will be like a panicked instinct on a decision where you feel, oh God, I hope it's this one and not the other one. Like, that's probably more right than
right. Well, that's kind of the magic 8-ball, right? No, because that idea of, oh God, I hope it's this. I don't know. That doesn't sound.
Well, I think it's pointing to, like in my
your true
university,
desire, right?
University example. Okay, I can't tell if I should do the responsible thing or the thing my heart says.
Right.
I'm not sure. I'll flip a coin.
Right.
There's a moment where, like, I hope it's heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so heart is the answer.
Heart wins.
Yeah. Which
heart trumps everything else.
Yeah. Which job should I take? I have 2 opportunities, or should I stay or should I go? Like, I hope that's probably.
It's funny
answer.
that we, I don't know. Have we disconnected ourselves from that?
Yeah.
That ability to just, and I would tend to agree that we have, but like why? Like, what gets in the way there?
So going back to this book I'm reading.
Like, yes. I think our logical mind gets in the way of it.
Yeah, and I think the more sort of spiritual answer. So from a yogic perspective, and Buddhist, I guess as well, Maya, right? Delusion.
Mm-hmm.
So the sense of the delusion of separation.
Right.
And so if you agree that everything is energy,
mm-hmm.
we don't act like that.
Yeah.
We don't think about that. We may intellectualize it and be like, oh yeah, scientists say, but you don't live as if I'm the same as this chair, that you and I are aspects of the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's why you got to spend more time outside, man. Get a dog, go for a walk with a dog.
Right. But so the idea is, like, we are separated, and we have an instinctive sense of that. So we sense and feel incomplete or disconnected. And that leads to feelings of isolation.
So that leads so the creation of a separate identity leads to a belief around our wholeness, which then forces or leads us to try to create wholeness where it already exists. And
right.
that doesn't work.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel isolated. Right. So I have this sense that I should be part of something.
Right.
But I don't feel that way. So I feel isolated. Because I feel isolated, I feel scared. And so now I'm looking around at things because I don't feel good. I look at the world as something that is potentially threatening. And then I try to manipulate my entire life to feel whole, but I don't actually know what I'm aiming for because I forgot that I'm just a being of
you're
energy.
an aspect of all there is, right? Yeah. So you end up trying to protect yourself.
Exactly.
Or I think a lot of people end up trying to protect themselves.
Yeah. When,
not to be prescriptive, but when what those people really should be doing is embracing fully everything. And I certainly don't live that way all the time, but I think I'm aware that there is more than just me and you. Right. Like there's something else, but it really is kind of cool that we get to play this game as if we are separate and distinct. I think that is neat.
Yeah.
I think the game would be incomplete. Like, where would we be if we always had an awareness of being whole and if we always knew that we were life itself, I think it would be boring. There'd be no contrast.
I think there's still, from what I've read, and I have not had this experience, but when you read, the great masters and all that, they get caught up in the absolute bliss of everything, but there is still sort of work to do. You can still serve. Right. You can still make things better. And you may spend an afternoon, watching an ant walk across your balcony, and that'll be the craziest thing ever. But that doesn't mean there's nothing to do.
No, what I mean is that we get to have that experience of that absolute bliss.
Yes.
Like it's incumbent on us being here as we are to be able for us to have that experience of bliss.
Yeah, that's getting to the point to be able to do that is, I think, largely the goal. Like
But we get it all the time. We get it all the time. We don't keep it all the time, but we get it all the time. I mean, I had it yesterday walking just walking around and looking at the taking pictures of little flowers and just, the trilliums are out and just breathing I choose to believe that we get this experience way more often than we're aware of. We just don't know we're getting that experience.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. Like we're constantly in and out of it. And like if we always had bliss, we'd be dead. We'd be part of consciousness. We're how does we need to be here in order to feel bliss.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Right?
You need some contrast.
We need to be here, right?
You need some separation.
Without us being here as flawed as we are, I don't know, how boring would it be if it was just if you were just God all the time?
Yeah, I guess. I still think there's something to do, but I'm also not terribly worried about
when you
200 steps down the road.
When you say there's something to do, what do you mean?
I still think you can serve. I think there's stuff that needs to be done in the world. And serving from that point, I think, is also probably pretty delightful.
Well, you're volunteering now. How does it feel to be of service?
It feels amazing.
Well, it shouldn't feel bad to do things.
Right, exactly.
That's part of the beauty of being here. We get to do things. We get to think that we're, independent and doing things.
And actually,
how cool is that?
Yeah, I think the volunteering is actually a good metaphor for that. So when I think about when I had a job, like you work and it's very conditional, right? We have an agreement. Like I will give you this amount of my life energy, you will give me money, and as a part of that transaction, I will do things, and as long as the arrangement works, great. And there are things that I will do and things I won't do because it's not part of my job description, and I may work overtime. I may, there's all these things.
Yeah. All these choices you get to make.
Exactly. But when you volunteer, first of all, there's not much of a hierarchy, right? Everybody. I mean, there's a bit of a hierarchy, but it's really just how can I help today? What needs to be done? I'm not getting compensated, so I don't have any boundaries up about that's not me. That's the other guy's problem. Like, no, I'm here.
That's
to serve.
not my job description.
Yeah, I'm here to serve. How can I serve it? This needs to get done. There's no sense of this is better than this.
Yeah. What can I do?
It's just what can I do? How can I help? Yeah. And it's wonderful. And the people around, because everyone else has that same attitude too, it's very collaborative. It's very sort of mission focused. So I'm working at like a food bank, right? So, the food has to come in, it has to get organized. You have to help the people come in. There's inventory, just all the sort of the things that go. But yeah, everyone is we want to help people. What can I do today to help? It's nice when
that's the anchor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so simple and pure and obvious that that's how you should work. Not work, but be, right? And so, if I were God, I wouldn't stop going to that place. I would probably be more helpful when I was there, right? Or if I had a paying job, I would approach a paying job more like Michael Singer says that. He says like an enlightened being, when they go to work, they get surprised at the end of the week when their check comes. Like, you're paying me for this? Like, why? Why? I had so much fun. So I think that's sort of where you end up.
Yeah, I think we get conditioned. I heard something from Sadhguru recently, and he's like, we tell people to work hard. Work hard. We tell people to study hard, and people work hard and they study hard. It's like, well, why don't we tell people to work joyfully? Why don't we tell people to study joyfully? It's like, oh.
Right.
It's quite distinct.
Yeah. There's a different flavor to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and probably more, I mean, as you're describing, sort of more aligned with, what God would do or your own self-expression, right? Like how you show up to a task. I mean, I've done a lot of hard work in my life. I mean, I've dug holes.
Right.
Digging a hole is hard work, and you can dig a hole and be happy digging a hole.
Sure, yeah.
Like, yeah. Yes, I think we should all just live joyfully, right?
Done.
Yeah, like live in appreciation of the opportunity that you can fall more deeply into a blissful state.
Yeah.
If you don't resist it.
And I think so. The thing that really stood out from this book, and this is, I'm not on commission here, but there's no promo code or discount code in the show notes. But the thing that has been sticking with me that I'm going to be exploring is the using your body to access more of that. So when you say, "Oh, just get rid of resistance," there's still sort of a mental process of that. I have to think about not resisting the thing. I have to at least pre-agree to not doing something, or however you want to say it.
Yeah, I would say that there is, and if Julie listens to this, she's going to hate this, but there's a commitment that you make
Yep.
to deciding to live or to explore a certain way of looking at the world or whatever. You got to kind of decide, okay, I'm all in here. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So something like the next time I get triggered by something, the next time someone cuts me off or I get into an argument with someone, I want to pre-point myself towards not holding any of that in, not storing, not pushing the ball down. Right?
Yeah. I think that the slippery thing there is now it's a doing, and now you're being vigilant. You're watching for it.
I still think you have to be vigilant. Our natural tendency is to push the ball down or squeeze the hose. I think you have to be on alert.
No, I think our natural tendency is to let it float. I think we've learned to push it down.
Well, sure, but okay, it's habitual either way.
Yeah, well, fair enough, yeah.
So when you have a habit of something, the habit happens automatically. You have to be on alert to not do that.
I'm starting to get why Julie doesn't like the language of that sometimes, right? Because I think about my own experiences, right, where I've decided it's like, hey, fuck it, I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay, you used a verb. You said decided though.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's
okay.
I get it. That's the thing, right? It's like, because you can't escape the I've decided, right? Okay, I'm just not. But I think it's. I don't. When I've decided on something, okay, I've decided that I'm gonna, live this way or whatever. I don't know that vigilance comes along with it. It feels like the decision stands on its own. Like I'm not trying to get it right the next time, or I think all of that is very natural. That getting it right next time, or the noticing of it comes automatically once we make a decision to point our way of being in a certain direction. Like I think the power is in the choice to live that way, not in the vigilance that may or may not be required to catch it next time and next. Because, I'm going to commit to living this way. I don't want to fuck it up. And when I fuck it up, I'm going to be gentle with myself and I'm going to start again. Period. We're back.
So we had a little bit of a technical issue. We've swapped cameras and we're going to get back into it.
Good to go.
So yeah, we were having a vigorous debate about the amount of vigilance needed once you've made a commitment, and
right.
I think where we landed was that there is a sort of, once you have committed to something. So you were talking about being more in the state of compassion, and I use the example in meditation when you are focusing on your breath. Those are sort of commitments. You're aligning yourself in a certain direction. And then the question was, are you like watching it every single second for when you veer off, or are you just noticing when you're no longer being compassionate or you're not following the breath?
Yeah. I think where what seemed to resonate for both of us is this idea that once you make a commitment to something, and once you make a declaration about something, it becomes a new way of being for you. And it's almost like downloading a new operating system.
Yeah, like that.
So the example that I was giving was with my wife, where I have a tendency to fall into wanting to fix or, at my worst wanting to teach. And so I've recently taken on that I'm going to be compassion, and it feels to me like that's downloaded and in place.
Okay.
So once it's there, it's like,
Yeah.
that was a floppy disk going in. For anyone who knows what a floppy disk is,
Google
click
it, kids. Yeah.
click, the floppy disk is in, and now what's running is be compassion.
Yeah.
And now that is running as a new operating system for me, I don't have to constantly be monitoring myself for it to happen, because the operating system is running, it will let me know when I veer from it, when I depart from it. And I think that when correction happens then from this new operating system, the trick is to let that correction or recalibration be gentle.
Right. Yeah. And so in meditation, that reminds me, I think I mentioned this before, but Jack Kornfield, he says, like, when you notice that your mind is gone, you don't like, oh, stupid, you're supposed to be doing, he says, bring the puppy back. Right?
Yeah.
So very gently on the leash. Come here, come on back, boy. And I think that's what you're pointing to as well. It's like, we're going to get this stuff wrong. Whatever the commitment is, we are going to slip. I will not decide to watch my breath in meditation and never get distracted again.
Right. Right. It just seems like a gentler, it may or may not work for everyone, who knows, but it just feels like it feels like a kinder way to go through the world.
I think so.
I'm here, I'm human, I'm doing the best that I can. I can always up my game, or when it's time to up my game, it'll be revealed to me that it's time to up my game. And then I can either be gentle with the new upload and accept it, or I can resist it. But, once it's there, I don't know, it's like it starts to run on its own.
Yeah.
And maybe that's
kind
of it.
I think
right?
it goes back to, we started this whole thing talking about resistance and pushing the ball down, or gripping the hose. And I think where both of us have been getting to in the last, more and more anyway, is stop doing that. Just flow, just go with it, still orient. You're not just waiting on the couch for life to happen to you. Like, you can be directional, but,
you can be directional, and importantly, when you get your direction wrong, you just correct.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Yeah. Is you've got, your guidance system's pointing you in one way.
Yeah. Sorry, finish that thought.
Yeah. And just, when you veer off, you notice, and then, I bring the puppy back.
Yeah. Your GPS doesn't judge you. Right. Although it would be funny if it did. Doing that again. Did it again. Did you? So maybe that's an appropriate thing to mention too. This is some humor, right?
Yeah.
Like, just, you're going to screw this up, and that's okay. And it's not really a screw up, because there's something to be learned, right? If you veer a little bit, okay, you can bring it back, and how you do that, how you allow yourself to come back, how you allow yourself to come back, I think is really important.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy for people, myself for sure, even in a joking way, to say like, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we have this tendency to be so self-critical, and even when we're making a joke of the thing that we made a commitment to, that we screwed up, even that there's a lack of gentleness to it.
Yeah.
There's a resistance in there. So even the making a joke of it is kind of a resistance, instead of like, oh yeah, that happened. Okay. Yeah. And now I have an opportunity to do better. I don't have to have my binoculars out looking for the opportunities. They'll be all around me. And when I'm not being the way that I've said I want to be, then I'll feel it.
Yeah, I think that's a good invitation for everyone. If you catch yourself either actually beating yourself up, or sort of, like you said, sort of joking about beating yourself up, is experiment with that gentleness. I'm like, I get an opportunity to learn. Here's another chance. Neat, cool.
Yeah,
it's what life's all about. Just use the chance.
Yeah,
be gentle, man.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
All right, we got it.
All right, yeah. Thanks, everyone. Sorry for the technical. We are still trying to figure this stuff out, and sometimes phones die and other things happen. So maybe a bit of a wonky edit there at the end, but we'll try better next time. Be gentle.
And,
We'll be gentle with ourselves.
and that'll be okay, because it's kind of funny how this is all working out. All right, good.
Thanks, everyone.
Episode 15. Thanks, everyone.